Apparently, I'm in a mood to make buildings. This is uh, this is just a little work area I made over here while I was pooting around making my fishing area. And then I got this new dog, and oh, I got a black cat. Look, I got a black cat with gold eyes. They're very rare. She was walking around over there, so she's in here. But this was just an extension of. I made a llama place. Look at all these llamas. Look at all of them. So, and those are just ones that they just. Oh, I did breed a couple, and then when I realized how many free ones I was going to get, I thought, well, that's silly. Although I may experiment with breeding some more because I'm interested in finding out do wild llamas have more inventory slots than trader llamas? And what about if you breed llamas? Because some of these have 9 slots, but a lot of the ones that I've been getting recently only have 6. And Mo Yang did say that they're cutting down on how many inventory slots llamas have, which is darn it. This is my little fishing place, which is a really good fishing place because I can keep an eye on what's going on over there and what's going on over here. And you notice I'm into putting animals in boats for some reason. Let's see. I still am a little confused about the llama who died in the boat. I'm not going to do any experiments like trying to put a horse in a boat, but I have heard that horses can no longer be in boats. You lost your other llama, didn't you? Is it nearby? Can I find the lead? Because that would be good. I'll look. What the heck? Why not? Where'd you come from? They keep losing them down here in these cheese holes. Uh-huh. So I keep finding them down there in those cheese holes. So, I don't know. Okay, so what this is, you saw where the llamas are, right? The llamas go right over. So I made this bridge partly to get away from the cheese. But also it goes kind of into, it will go kind of into the llama pen when I finish it. Right now I'm going grass across it and I'm going to bone meal it so it has flowers and stuff on it. But see, I'm going to make a passageway there with a, like an airlock. So it'll have double gates so that I don't, because I'm not kidding. Lots of llamas follow you when I don't even count because it's just chaos. But it's more than 4. It used to be 4 a long time ago when I was first playing. But now you'll end up with strings and strings of them. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the llamas all the way over to the what's it called now? I keep Badlands, the Mesa. So I'm making a llama train to go over to the Mesa. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. Oh, I don't need to do this yet. I keep thinking I have to finish this, but I don't. I can wait until I get back. Because I said, well, I have to go get more cobblestone. No, I don't, because where I'm going, I'm going to get more cobblestone. No, it's not a normal hole. So I marked this so I know which way to go. And it is true, we are walking more slowly now. So at this point, we make a, I was going to say right angle, but I guess it's really kind of a left angle, isn't it? So we make an angle. I may have to turn game sounds down. This might be really loud. Oh, maybe not. Okay, oh, and this always works better if I crouch. So it's going to be 3 blocks wide, and it's going to go all the way to the bridge that I built across the ocean to the mesa. This is really tricky. I'm really not good at coordinates, but I finally figured it out. So this is going to be a tunnel or passageway that's 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks tall, so that I don't have to worry about llamas getting stuck. Let's see. Well, I'm going to unlurch now. And, let's see. So I have to go across that. Whoa! Oh, no. I'm getting a little better at swimming, but not much. See, that happens. Back up. I have to learn how to back up. There's too many buttons to press with my thumb. That's the problem. So that part's fine. So I have to go across this inland. I don't know if it's a lake or what, but it's where the, busted nether portal is, and my spawn is right around here. Let's see. We're at 0, so yeah, my spawn is right over there where that wolf is. If I had more bones, oh well. Because I want lots of wolves, I want lots of cats, because I'm going to want the protection when I turn the cooties on, I will turn the cooties on. What I'm thinking is, I have this map, as you can see, which I'm trying to fill in because it's been updated somewhat since the last time, so that's why I'm holding it in my offhand. So this map is not showing a lot of the stuff that I've done. I think it ought to, a little bit. But see, here's this little inland sea. Now, if you go over that way, I think that's the ruined portal. I'm so glad I put these here because I immediately forgot where the middle was. Okay, so I don't have any. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll just go across and show you what I'm doing. Um, so eventually I would like to take Yamas back and forth. I'm not loading any more of the map until after whatever this update or whatever it's called happens. Okay, because I've stayed inside this map and mostly in that top left-hand corner the whole time I've been playing. Except for going to the mesa, which is the bottom right-hand corner. And even then, I haven't really. You can see it's all green, but I haven't gone past any of that. I went a little bit farther north, which is, I think, that way, into the taiga and snowy stuff. I went a little bit off the map that way, and I went a little bit off the map down on the bottom right, because that's where the mesa is, and I didn't go very far. Went into the desert a tiny, tiny bit, but not really much, because I don't want to load a bunch of stuff until we get that update, because who knows what... Oh, look, a baby. I love it that we get babies now, that they just naturally spawn babies. That's interesting. So, I'm just digging. Now, here's what I want to talk to you about. I don't like talking about politics. I think you can probably guess how I feel about what's going on in my country right now. But I have to say something because it affects disabled people. I was in a local group today, not far from where I live, and we were talking about something that had nothing to do with the President of the United States. Nothing. And my opinion is different than somebody else's. Which, I mean, I grew up knowing that people were allowed to have different opinions, so I don't know why people are absolutely horrified when somebody thinks different than they do now, but there you go. I think it was about grocery prices. Yeah, it was about grocery prices, and how retailers are having to let go employees and stuff, and how systems are breaking down, you know? This person got really insulting and said something like, I don't remember. Well, I don't. The person is from Texas, so why are you in a New Mexico Facebook group? Well, I know why. They're paid to be troublemakers and instigators, and, somebody in their political party has paid them, because when I looked at the person's webpage, their, Facebook page, there's nothing on their page except Trump this, Trump that, Joe Biden is not my president, that kind of stuff. It's all propaganda. Red, white, and blue, and funny-looking eagles, and, the whole thing. Nothing personal at all. So it's obviously, that's the whole reason for them being on Facebook, is to try to cause trouble. And, I mean, Democrats do it too, and I just try to stay away from it, because I know they're just trying to cause trouble and make a lot of stink so they get a lot of attention, so whatever they say gets elevated in the algorithm, so that it floats to the top, and anything anybody else has to say gets disappeared. That's why they do it, trying to outscream people. Anyway, this person accused me of a bunch of stuff that isn't true. They think very yes, no, black, white, wrong, right, that kind of thing. And I mean, and Democrats do it too, but the Republicans seem to be a lot more vicious, really vicious. Although, Democrats will insult you and insult a person and say they're mentally ill, or they're fat, or they're ugly, or, they resort to that kind of junk too, and it's really ugly, and I would like to think that so-called progressive people in my country would be a lot less quick to judge and condemn somebody for having physical differences or for having disabilities. Like, mental health disabilities are no joke, and you can insult somebody and condemn somebody and say, oh, they're mentally ill, but all you're doing is people who have real mental health disabilities get hurt by that, I mean, Donald Trump doesn't care what you... Well, actually, Donald Trump cares a lot about what you think of him, but not in the sense that it's not going to hurt him if you call him crazy, or if you call Obama crazy, or Biden, or, whatever. It's not going to hurt them. What it's going to hurt, who it's going to hurt, is people with real, live, legit disabilities. Real, live, legit disabilities. Who are just barely struggling and getting by. And it makes it that much easier to condemn somebody as mentally ill. And if you can condemn them, you can say, well, I don't have to listen to what they have to say because they're just crazy. So, and that's gone on for, as long as I've been alive. I don't have to listen to that person because they're crazy. Here's the thing. If you don't listen to somebody and they're trying to tell you that their house is on fire, and their house really is on fire, but you're not listening, they're going to suffer. And the community's going to suffer, because what if their house catches another house on fire? This is an allegory. I'm not talking literally about burning somebody's house down. And if a person tells you that they need a certain thing, in order to live comfortably and to have an adequate life and to function well, and you just say, oh, well, I don't have to listen to them because they're crazy, um, you're destroying that person's quality. Well, you're harming that person's quality of life, but you're also doing it for all the other disabled people who would like to be taken seriously when their houses are on fire. See what I'm saying? Now, here's the scary thing. This person used a phrase I'd never heard before, and I had to go look it up. Now, I expect these people to say mean, ugly, nasty stuff. Again, on both sides, but the Republicans, they do tend to go much farther below the belt and in a very vicious, and I would have to say very dangerous way. And this person said, well, I don't have, oh, I'm from Texas. And I said, well, why are you here? Well, I don't have to listen to anybody with TDS, I think it was called. Well, I had to go look that up. It's not a manufacturing plant. It's something Trump invented. Trump delusional derangement syndrome, something like that. It's not a psychiatric condition, obviously. It's something he made up to say, well, anybody who disagrees with me, and this is basically what it means, anybody who disagrees with Trump's policies is mentally ill. This is how people get put in camps. This is not hyperbole. This is really true. Back in the 30s in Germany, any political dissent was considered mentally ill, and people were put in camps. I'm not making that up. That's true. This is extremely dangerous, and the fact that the minions have stepped on that so quickly and are now, they can dismiss you. Anything you have to say has no legitimacy because you're just deranged. You're mentally ill. Then in addition to that, we've got this RFK Jr. guy who is supposed to be in charge of medical stuff. Lord help us. Well, this guy, I think this is right. Is this where I turn? I'm confused. Yep, this is where I turn. Well, this guy is saying that anybody with, nobody should take antidepressants. I don't know why. He thinks they're evil for some reason. Nobody should take antidepressants, and he listed some other things, too, that people shouldn't take. As far as I know, he has no medical degree and is not qualified to make medical decisions for the American public. And I think the only reason he's in Trump's cabinet and he's responsible for the health of America, the only reason he's in Trump's cabinet is because he does this anti-vax stuff. You know, Trump presented the heck out of people getting COVID vaccines and stuff. So that's his only qualification, is Trump likes the fact that he's a crackpot and spreads crack pottery. Not medicine, crack pottery. Anyway, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has listed a bunch of conditions, some of them mental health, some of them developmental disabilities or learning disabilities, autism, and some other stuff. Also, people with substance abuse addictions. That what they really need, he thinks, is they need to be segregated from society in rehab facilities. In other words, putting them in camps. And he's very serious about it. Now, this is not hyperbole. There's real reason to be afraid of this. And I think it's their plan is to anybody who causes any trouble is going to be disappeared. They're already doing with the government website that if you don't swear an loyalty oath, you can't have a different opinion than Donald Trump. You're going to be fired from your federal job. People who are much more qualified than these kids with computers that are putting up websites that are being hacked for this Doge thing, that have access to the Treasury Department and a bunch of other stuff that really scares me very badly that they should not have access to. Can I remember not to fall? Well, probably not. Okay, here's what I'll do. I will put one of those, and I'll put one of these, so what's underneath will be lit up. That makes sense. So, you know, what's his name? Elon Musk, who has absolutely no qualifications in American intelligence, security, finances, nothing. He has nothing to do with anything that has to do with the government. He thinks that there's tremendous fraud and waste in Medicare and Medicaid, and there aren't. That's statistically easy to prove. But if you say a lie long enough and people want to believe it, they will believe it. So he can make it true just by saying it over and over again, but it's not true. Excuse me. He wants to get rid of Medicaid and Medicare because he says it's corrupt. Well, nuts. And it's wasting money. By the way, Elon Musk is being paid $8 million per day to do what he's doing. $8 million of taxpayers' money. So it looks like you're coming out with a full-scale assault against disabled people. Right? Just blatantly just doing it. They're not even couching it in any other terms. They're being very blatant about the whole thing. For instance, like if you wanted immigration information at the government website, at whitehouse.gov, everything in Spanish has been removed. So you can only get information in English. 404 not found. People in the Parks Department, there's Alt National Parks on Facebook, an alternative account that is keeping track of what the government's doing, and how they're going through people's medical records and tax records and social security numbers. These are young kids with no security clearance. They're invading the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Consumer Affairs, and people to make sure that you don't get ripped off by banks and stuff with all kinds of unfair fees and penalties and, that kind of stuff. Anyway, he thinks that Medicaid and Medicare are a huge fraud, and they aren't. And food stamps. Food stamps. One of the lowest corruption rates of any government program in the whole United States is food stamps. And he is coming after that while he's getting $8 million a day for that Doge junk, and then plus he's got contracts for like Skylink stuff and SpaceX is, he's getting government money for these things. And what's the other thing he's doing? Oh, his cyber trucks for police officers. All right, I'm not just here to complain. I'm here to warn you. I've tried to tell the Democrats for a very, very long time that if they... See, this is the road that goes to the... I always forget what they want me to call it. I don't want to call it the Badlands. The Mesa. This is the road that goes to Mesa, okay? So, and that's a place to stick a donkey or a mule. So if I can make this 3 wide all the way out there, I'm not going to take you all the way out there. It's a very long road, and I'm tired, and I don't want to do it. And this is one of my turtle beaches. If I can get that going pretty good, I can take all the llamas all the way out to the Mesa. How much more room do I have? Not a lot. I only have one more shovel and one axe and a little bit of one. Oh wait, I'm going to move that axe too. I mean a pickaxe. So I'm not going to take you all the way out to the Mesa today, but I thought maybe I would. I'm not going to do this until I have more shovels. Oh, I hate it that I bounce up and down like that. And don't worry about all this stuff on the sides. I'm one of those people that doesn't just leave it in the walls. I'll take it out because I want the coal to trade with villagers. I want the copper just because I really like copper. I think copper is a heck of a lot of fun. So all that stuff's going to get taken out, believe me. But this way, the llamas and I don't have to worry about them. They can't get hurt. They can't get lost. This is all going to be enclosed, so they cannot get out. I don't know with what yet, but it will be enclosed. I mean, there's so many trees and there's so much stone and stuff. I could do fences. I could do walls. I see a fox. I saw a fox. I'm being quiet like the fox can actually hear me talking. Yeah, right. Okay. And I have to go down and get bones. I have to get bones. I've got 50 million wolves begging me to give them bones. They're even killing sheep and everything, trying to get my attention. So I feel real bad about that. So they're coming after disabled people full tilt. Especially people with mental health issues, with autism. That Robert F. Kennedy Jr. dude, he's trying to say that vaccines cause autism, something that was disproven a million years ago. One person did one study with very few people in it and declared that autism was caused by vaccines. It was immediately disproven. And, of course, the people who don't want us to get vaccines, why is that happening? Why don't we want people to be healthy? Why do we want people to die? Anyway, they jumped on that anti-vax stuff in that report, and they're still saying it, even though it's been disproven over and over. And hey, look at that! I cut down this tree 1,000 years ago, and there's still a sapling sitting here. It never despawned. That's cool. Oh wait, I need my thing too. Oops, I didn't mean to plant that. I can't plant that there because I'm gonna need to do path stuff that way. Oh, and that's water. Okay, where am I going to plant the tree? I mean, I might as well plant it. I don't need it, right? The problem with these guys is they're so bushy, you can't plant them too close together. It's like if you should have them at least like 7 away from each other or something. Okay, where's my other thing? Here it is. Stonecutter. I like stonecutters. They're so fast and they're so efficient. Oh, not again. It rains all the time. Oops, I don't want that. Yeah, I do. All the time the tree got hit. Oh, that was me. I mean, maybe not every day, but maybe every other day. I think somebody's outside, and I've got my headphones on, and I can't hear. So I'm going to put this on pause, and I'll come back to you later, because I'm expecting delivery, okay? See you soon. Rain, 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 rain. How much have I got my thing? Just barely. Just enough to put everything back, I hope. So, yeah, I'm really scared, because this is no joke. This happened in Germany. They would accuse people of having mental health disabilities, put them in institutions, and the very first people that the Germans killed in gas chambers were people with mental health disabilities, developmental disabilities, learning disabled, sometimes just hearing impaired because they assumed that they had a learning disability or something because they could not hear or they could not speak well because they couldn't hear their own voices, you know. So they just assumed that these people had so-called diminished capacity, weren't able to think as well as the Germans thought they should. So they sterilized them so they couldn't have babies. And then they started putting them in gas chambers because it was too expensive to feed them. So that's where they got the idea for doing that. And by the time it was over, millions of people had been put in gas chambers. But they also came after people with political ideas that were different than theirs. And considered them not just an enemy of the state, but suffering from a mental health condition. So that was an excuse to lock them up. And they found doctors to do it. Now, this isn't the most scary part of what I have to tell you today. I had to go look up and see what that thing was. What's it called? TDS, I guess? I had to go look it up because I'd never heard of it before. Apparently he invented it in the last, I don't know, few days or very recent. I'd never heard of it before. And, of course, Trump is absolutely not qualified to make psychiatric diagnoses of anybody. Here's what's really scary. One place where I found information on it was the magazine Psychology Today, which has a really problematic track record of pretending to be open-minded and generous toward people with disabilities, but then doing really sketchy stuff and justifying things that should not happen. For instance, like prisoners, psychiatrists and psychologists going into prisons where people are literally being tortured, like Guantanamo, and making diagnoses that make it look like there's something wrong with the prisoner, not something wrong with the fact that Guantanamo was torturing them. So Psychology Today is not trustworthy. Well, they did an article on this TDS, and they did not quote any progressive people. They just quoted some so-called conservative, I would rather say reactionary person, that was justifying the use of this term, saying that people are screaming and crying, that they need support animals, and students need safe spaces. You know, I'm not going to go into all that, but here's the thing. People do need support animals, you know. Some need them for mental health issues. Yes, that's true. But a lot of them need them for, like, to see if they're going to have a stroke, or for seeing eye dogs, or maybe to help with people who are hearing impaired, or whatever, epilepsy, all kinds of stuff. So they're targeting stuff like that. And the thing about safe spaces is it's hard to study and to work in a place where people are accusing you of outrageous things and behaving in a really hostile, predatory kind of provocative manner, just trying to hurt you and trying to get you to lose your temper or get scared and cry or something like that. So whoever wrote this article was definitely biased and definitely not open-minded about any of that. And here's the part that scares me. Psychology Today actually said, well, it's not in the DMS, the diagnostic and whatever. It's not in their official book of diagnoses and so on. It's not in the book, but if people really are screaming and crying and needing safe spaces and needing dogs, where I'm going, then maybe we should consider it. Maybe there's something really to this, which legitimizes it, which says it's okay to call people who disagree with a political opponent, it's okay to call them crazy. and condemn them for that, and maybe put them in camps, maybe put them in a hospital, maybe, they're talking about conversion therapy for gay people, electroshock, uh, insulin shock, and other things to try to force people to be different than who they are. Um, so this is serious business, and they're taking their playbook directly from the Third Reich. And yes, Elon Musk did throw a salute. And no, it was not a Roman salute. In fact, Roman salute was a way that they did a kind of wink wink and said, oh, back in the 30s, they would say, oh, well, that's just a Roman salute. It's a traditional Roman salute. They made that up to cover the fact that they were giving a Sieg Heil. I don't know what I can and can't say on YouTube, because YouTube's part of the problem, too. This whole thing with Google getting rid of African American history and Native American history and so on their calendar. Google's part of the problem. So I don't know what I can and can't say. And YouTube, of course, is owned by Google. Look at all these sheep I should be using for something. Wow. Hi. Okay, so I just had to get that off my chest, because I'm sitting here all alone with people calling me crazy for having an idea that maybe people should be treated with respect. See that? Whoop. Am I getting to it? Am I there? I'm close. I don't know. I'm real close. Did I go too far? No, there's my dangly tree. See, I came out here and there was a whole bunch of little trees out here, and it's real dangerous because, it's creeper heaven. So I got rid of a whole bunch of these trees. But the really tall ones, how I would have painted just to cut these. So the really tall ones, I just let them grow and put danglies on them so creepers can't spawn under them. Oh, here I am. Okay, I did go the wrong way. I thought I had to go that way. I have to go this way. So I made it back. But you see what I'm doing? So that way when I go to the mesa and the desert and way, way down, bottom left, very far, like another map's worth at least of distance, at least that much farther, there is a jungle. I so want... Hey, you know what? I've got emeralds. Maybe I can trade with that guy. Wouldn't it be nice if he had bamboo? Let me get out my emeralds. I think... Yeah, I have 5 emeralds. Okay. Excellent. Alright, let's go see if they got anything useful. Hey, trader person. Yoo-hoo. You lost all your people, didn't you? Well, I rescued one. Hello? You got anything I want? You don't? Well, then why should I even talk to you? What is that? What is that? Looks like terracotta or something. There's a jungle tree. How many emeralds do I have? I have 5, and it wants 5. Alright, I'll get the jungle tree. And then I'll feel stupid for doing it. Okay. But I do want a jungle tree. I don't know why. They don't automatically grow with cocoa beans on them, do they? If I had 4 of them, I bet maybe... Shoot, I can't afford 4 of them. I don't have enough emeralds. Did he disappear? Nope, still here somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, here's cheese. Oh, I hate walking around here. It's so scary. I'm not going to go in. But you see, it'll work, won't it? I think. And I like my old lumpy building. I got all these old building materials that I don't really need. This doesn't have a roof, because I just want some protection from... I mean, if spiders climb over, I don't think they can, but if spiders climb over, spiders climb over. But this will protect me from creepers and skeletons, which is the main thing, right? So, I mean, it's not beautiful, but it's pretty good, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you. Be aware that it's bad. It's really bad. And I'm not being hysterical, and I'm not being paranoid. It's really bad. And if you're different, not even very different, if you're not white, if you're not male, if you're not heterosexual, if you're not able-bodied, and I would argue that Trump is not exactly able-bodied, you know, whatever. I shouldn't do that. You know why? They can jump the fence. They can jump the fence anyway. I should make that too tall, huh? Yep. Yeah, because they can jump. Somebody can jump that from the outside. Okay, well, I'll do that. I will do that. I just don't have any fences on me right now. I will do it. Find people who can love you and support you and care about you. I don't have anybody. I just have you guys and some other people online. I don't have anybody where I live. In fact, the people where I live would probably agree that I'm crazy and deserve to be locked up in a camp. Find people to care for you, because it's going to be bad. That's just, they insist that it has to be bad. And I don't know if we can do anything to stop them. I don't know why we can't. It looks to me like what they're doing is all pretty illegal. You know, I mean, breaking into government payrolls and databases and so on. And their own website isn't even secure, and they don't have any government clearance, and they don't have any training. And I mean, 20-year-old kids are making decisions about other people's tax returns and Social Security numbers. I don't know why it's going on, why it's not being stopped, and why isn't anybody trying, and who would stop it? I can't. Okay, well, I'll keep you posted on what goes on with the Yamas and stuff. I just wanted to, mainly I wanted to get rid of a lot of old cobblestone and stuff, so I thought, and then of course when you go digging through mountains, you end up generating more. It's not that many mountains. I'm staying at Y level 63, which is also good because it's flat, it'll be easy to, I could even probably put like villagers and boats and stuff because it'd be completely flat, or mine carts, whatever. So I'm doing stuff. Please take care of yourselves. And, oh, poor. I didn't know they shook if they're just sitting in the rain. That's interesting. I still have to look up and see if Yamas die in boats. That one Yama did. And also Yamas in minecarts. That's another thing I need to know. So I need to look those up. Also, I need to make sure that Yamas... I think I have legacy Yamas because some of them have 9 spots. But the ones that are coming out now, the most they have is 6, it looks like. And many of them only have 3. They're really good for holding stuff, though. And they will follow each other. If I could just keep them all in a straight line, you know, following a path where they can't go to the right and left or climb up, because, you know, Yamas like to climb. So I think I can do it. And then after the new snapshot comes out, then I'll see about making maps of new areas. Because I want, well, I should go plant my tree, huh? I want bamboo. I also want to find one of those underground gardens called. I found one, count them. What happened to the sapling? That's not the sapling. Did I just waste 5 thingies on nothing? Or did I plant it while I was talking and forgot about it? If you know what I did with my sapling, let me know, okay? Because I'm not seeing it. Nope. Nope. Doesn't seem to be in my inventory. Maybe did it fall on the ground? Let's hope it didn't despawn if it did. Because I wanted to have some more fun. Oh yeah, those underground gardens. All I found, way deep under my house, under my cave thing that I do, way deep under there, I found one of those flowers that has a particle effect. Just one. Where was I when I was talking to that trader? Somewhere right around here. Yeah, I know, I lost it. Do you know where it is? You're probably trying to find your Yamas, huh? I don't know where this thing went. So all I have is that one flower that has those particles. The only reason I have glowberries is I got them from a trader. So, yeah, I don't know what happened to that sapling. Whoop! I hate this so much, all this Swiss cheese. Yeah, I hear ya. I think I was right around here, but yeah, I was. I remember that block of dirt. Ooh, look, there's a piece of that fun dirt. I didn't know I had... Oh, because I put the tree. Right, okay. All right. Lord, be careful. This is not a joke. This is not hysteria. This is the way they did it back in the 1930s. This is exactly what they did. And it's working. Only now, instead of going after Jews, they're going after trans people and gay people and anybody the federal government hired who isn't white and male. I want you to know that I respect you for trying and for trying to be good people. And if you're scared, you're right. And if you can help somebody else, please try. Even if it's just to let them know that you hear them. Because that's the worst part, is they'll laugh at you and they'll mock you and ridicule you and they'll torment you and hurt you and they'll laugh the whole time. And it would have just been so nice sometimes in my life if I could have looked into somebody else's eyes to know that they saw me, they saw what I was enduring, and they knew that we all deserve better. So find somebody you can look in the eyes, okay? You are alive. Wake up. I'd hug you, but my arms don't bend. Goodbye.